Here's a review of my first new figure in 4 months, which is the CollectA Temnodontosaurus. So this is CollectA's first ichthyosaur figure, because, well, ichthyosaurs are made enough on the market, but not this type of weird-looking ichthyosaur. And like, the most bizarre thing about this figure is giving birth to a mini one, which is basically a shrunken down version of this one. And the last name is Liopleurodon, and it was made in 2015, along with the giant Pliosaurus figure, which I've yet to obtain. But by looking at the paint job of this figure, as you can see, it is like really quite bland, just like gray with a few shades of a lighter color. And right out of the box, the tail is a little bit warped, but being a soft plastic, I think everyone's figures has that problem. But the head is where the most detail is, as you can see around the eyes, the neck, and the teeth. And there's a nicely sculpted tongue in there. This is like a really glossy figure. And the jaws, the tail, and the fins are quite bendable. So, like most of their smaller marine reptiles, this thing is around 7 inches long, which is not too big, not too small, but a decent sized figure. See, she is quite fat here. And the ichthyosaur figure being released next year is the really weird Excalibusaurus figure. And this thing was a pretty big ichthyosaur. It grew to about 40 feet long, being the third largest ichthyosaur, right behind Shonisaurus and then Shastasaurus, which was 70 feet long. And is she easy to find? Well, yes, she is, because both Amazon and eBay, she goes for around $10, so if you want to pick one, pick it up right now. But most dinosaur fans or marine reptile fans already has this figure, so that's good, because I obtained this figure pretty late, because I thought it was a figure I should catch up on. And let's start the comparisons. But first, I'll give this figure an 8.5 out of 10. Like, I think if the color was a bit more intriguing, I mean the paint job, I think it would have gone like even a 9 or a 9.5. But I think an 8.5 is good enough for this figure, so let's start the comparisons. Which first I have the biggest ichthyosaur figure in my collection, the GeoWorld one, which is not that bad of a figure. And as you can see, this could be used for 2 Temnodontosauruses, but section of the dorsal fin, and this blue paint job. So we have the Animal Planet ichthyosaur, which I believe is an Ophthalmosaurus because of the eye. But both these ichthyosaurs have really big eyes, like I believe 10 inches long. And it's compared to one of the CollectA's other marine reptiles, the Tylosaurus. I think they go pretty well with each other, but Tylosaurus should be a little bit smaller here. Next up we have Liopleurodon, which, like, pliosaurs and ichthyosaurs do go well together, and like an ichthyosaur birthing puts it in a vulnerable position to predators like these, but these particular reptiles didn't live together, but I think they go really well. And lastly, we have we have 2 newer models, which is the 2014 Mosasaur and the 2015 Temnodontosaurus. And the Mosasaur's jaws open so wide that they could fit around this ichthyosaur's neck or the tail. So 8.5 out of 10 for this figure. So if you like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.